so I thought I'd hop on the internet today to explain this prototype that I've finished recently. It's a ridiculously oversized fuzz pedal, sort of in the Big Muff realm, with some tweaks to just make it a bit more interesting to the way that I play guitar. Obviously the first thing you'll notice is that it's huge. It's the same size as my face, and I'm just going to walk you through the control system, the user interface that we've got here. May change as it's still in prototype phase, but I like to keep everyone in the loop of what I've got cooking basically. So it consists of two parts. You've got a big old Big Muff fuzz section, and this is turned on by this foot switch here. On the right hand side you've got the bypass LED, so you know when it's on. You'll also know that it's on because the room will be vibrating. And then on this side there's no LED, you'll notice, and that's because this is a momentary foot switch, so it's only engaged when you've got your foot down, and this engages a ring modulator circuit. You've got volume here and a ring, so that is the volume of the ring mod circuit, and then you've also got a tune knob which tunes the pitch of the carrier signal, and this comes after the fuzz. It also works independently, so you could double it up with any fuzzes or distortions that you already have if you want sort of freak out tone, if you like to freak out. Right, so we'll go through the Big Muff. There's a few differences to a normal Big Muff on this. So obviously this guy turns it on, and then you've got your regular 3 knobs of control. You've got tone, so controls the tone of the pedal. All the way clockwise will give you all the highs, all the way anti-clockwise will give you some lows. You've got gain control, all the way up, loads of gain, all the way down, not so much gain. All the way up on the volume, maximum volume, all the way down, minimum volume. And then the sort of heart of this Big Muff, and what makes it a bit more interesting to me, is the 3 toggles here which change the sort of overall characteristics. Okay, so the first toggle we've got here is my approach to the classic tone bypass modification that people do to their muff. So if you weren't aware of the tone bypass, it essentially just takes the tone control out of the circuit, which makes it a lot louder, but leaves you with a knob that does nothing. So the way that I've approached it is, rather than take the entire tone circuit out, this actually feeds part of your signal from before the tone stack into the amplification stage after the tone stack. So you get that sort of big old girthy boost to your signal, but without completely losing the tone control. So you still have that running in parallel, and you can blend in a higher pitch signal with your big old girthy signal. The second toggle here flips the mids response on the tone stack. So obviously Big Muff tends to be relatively mid-scooped, so you can toggle that out and have a bit more mids pushing forward, get it a bit more aggressive, which I tend to like everything boys slightly more aggressive. And the final toggle here flips out 2 different gain stages in the same way as another pedal of mine, the Glass Palace. If you've seen any demos of that, you'll see it's essentially doing the same thing. So in the Big Muff gain stages, you've got 3 gain stages, then a tone stack, and then the final gain stage in a transistor-based Big Muff is the sort of post-tone stack recovery stage, which brings the volume back up after it's passed through the tone stack. So this actually flips out the 3rd gain stage for 2 different types of gain stages, neither of which is traditional Big Muff gain stages, but one has a bit of an octave up flavour, a lot more trebly, feels a bit like a super fuzz, and that's in the downward position on this prototype. May not be like that in the finished one, but whatever. And then upwards is a lot more hefty, a lot more girthy. I think girth is the word on this one, and yeah, it's just like 2 different flavours of character basically, so you can quickly shift between, and then sort of adding and taking away with the other toggle switches can completely shift the character of the fuzz. So you don't just have one single sound that this pedal creates, there's a bunch of different sort of tonalities, and then you've obviously got the ring modulator here to just push it over the edge and make it weird. So let's listen to it. That's probably better than listening to me talk.
you.